This is arguably the first PC ever made, created in 1981. As you see, it has three sections: the monitor, the case, and the keyboard. If we open this case, we see three main boards, which are called the main board or the motherboard or the system board, the floppy disk controller, and the graphic card. So this one is the first graphic card. Now, about the system board or the motherboard, I've already created a course called the Architecture of the IBM PC, which is this computer, or the architecture of the first computer, IBM PC 5150, and I have completely explained everything about the motherboard. I have drawn everything, all the wires, bit by bit, wire by wire, that these are the RAMs, these are some of the ROM, then this would be the processor and everything else. Even though that is not a requirement for this course, but it would be better if you already know, or if you want to know about how the motherboard or the most important element of the computer works, you could already take that course, the architecture of the first computer, IBM PC 5150. You see, these are the RAMs, these are some ROMs, the processor, and everything else that I said. Everything has been explained wire by wire. But our goal is to analyze this one, the first graphic card. Graphic card works as an interface between the motherboard that a lot of times we refer to as our computer. So we say graphic card would act as an interface between our computer and the monitor. Floppy disk controller acts as an interface between the motherboard and the floppy. You could say it is equivalent to the hard disk controller, which acts as an interface between the motherboard and the hard disk. In here, we didn't have hard disk, we had floppies. So at the end of this course, I expect that you know everything about the graphic card at the wire level. What I mean is that we have completely created or recreated this graphic card wire by wire. This is the same board. Everything, and I expect you to know this at the most detailed format. You see, this is an I/O slot, or the wires from the CPU or the motherboard comes here. A lot of processing would happen here, and these wires would go to the monitor, which would cause some display on the monitor. You see, I always wanted to know that how is it that we say the files, the videos, pictures, games, everything that we talk about are just zeros and ones, and how is it that we see those things on the display, on the monitor, how those zeros and ones are translated and eventually would be shown on the monitor. But as I say, it's not at a high level to just explain like a lot of lecture. As I said, our goal is to understand everything as at the most fundamental and basic level, that what happens, what kind of manipulations or calculation or processing would happen by the graphic card, that it would cause that we see something on the display.